Hey, I'm Summer, and I did a cover of Silent by Tori Kelly a while ago, and I keep getting a ton of requests for a tutorial, so here it is. Okay, so this is my first tutorial, and also I'm sick, so sorry if you can't understand what I'm saying, but basically, Tori uses 5 chords throughout this whole song, and she puts her capo on the 8th fret. So the first chord that she uses is E minor. For that, you're going to put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and you're going to strum all 6 strings. The next chord she uses is D over F sharp. If you know how to make a basic D chord, it's basically that, but you play the F sharp bass. So you're going to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the low E string, and you're going to strum all the strings except for the high E string, and it'll sound like this. The 3rd chord she uses is a G. You're going to put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and it'll sound like this. And then for the C chord, Tori basically has a basic C shape, but she doesn't put her pointer finger down. So you're going to put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and you're just going to strum everything except for the low E string, and it'll sound like this. And then for the last chord, she uses an A minor 7. You can leave your middle finger there and just put your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string and play everything except for the low E string. Okay, so for the intro and the verse, Tori picks the E minor, D over F sharp, G, and the C chord, and it sounds like this. Okay, so for the first part of the main picking pattern, you're going to play 3 strings, which is the low E string, the B string, and the G string. So you're going to play E minor, D over F sharp once, and then you're going to play G 3 times. So it'll sound like this. When you're picking the D chord, you can just play it with your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the low E string and leave the other strings open. Okay, so for the second part of the picking pattern, you're just going to play C with that open B string, and you're going to play it 5 times, but this time you're picking the A string, the G string, and the B string. So 5 times. So when you play it all together, it will sound like this. The second time you play that pattern, it's going to sound a little different. It's going to sound like this. So for the G chord, you're going to play the A string and the G string together on the 3rd time you play that picking pattern. So 1, 2, 3. And then for the C chord, you're going to pick it 1, 2. The 3rd time, you're going to pick the high E string. And then the 4th time, you're going to go back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that whole second pattern together is all together with the first pattern. It's going to sound like this. Tori plays that through the first part of the first verse, and then when she says everything is perfect, everything's okay, she starts strumming, and it's down, up, down, up, up, down. So on the down strum, you're going to play E minor. On the up strum, you're going to play the D chord, and then for the rest, you're going to play G. So after that, you're going to play C for a whole measure. And then that's when she says, just swallow the lies and let your emotions fade. And then when she says, but my heart won't be quiet, I feel a change. When she goes to the pre-chorus, the no more black and white, this life's too colorful, she plays A minor, C, G, and then D. And then she plays A minor again, and she strums D once. So for the chorus, the E minor, D, and G strumming is pretty much the same. But instead of C, you play D and then A minor. So you play that twice, and it sounds like this. And then she plays C, E minor, G, and then D. So C, G, D. And then for the end of the chorus, she plays A minor and then C, but she palm mutes it, and it's all downstrokes, so it would sound like this. So again, that's... Right before the second verse, it's that picking pattern again. And then she strums for the second verse, so it's pretty much the same. The only different part after this is the bridge. The bridge is basically the pre-chorus, but she picks the chords instead. So for the A minor, you're going to pick the A, the G, and the B strings, and you're gonna play it open and then hammer on your two fingers, so it sounds like this. So you hammer on once and then you pluck it twice, and you're gonna do that with all the chords. So A minor, C, and then for the G, you play all the same strings, except instead of playing the A string, you play the low E string. And then for D, you play the B string, the G string, and the D string. So D, G, B. So that's pretty much the whole song. There you go. Thanks for watching.